I'm definitely convinced, you know what I'm saying, if Pimp was here, the game will be different, you know what I'm saying, because he kind of
we all know that, yeah.
You know? He kind of kept things in check. But here you are, you hook up with your idol in the music business, you know what I'm saying, you become his protege, he's getting ready to, you know what I'm saying, put you out and everything, and, you know, December of 2007, he passes unexpectedly. Where were you when he passed, and how did you find out?
I was at his house. We had been recording all that week, and man, this story, my bad, man, if it's hard for me to tell, but, you know, we had been recording all that week, you know, UGK Records crew had been over there, UGK Posse. We was working on Pimp's solo album, and we was working on my album, my next album, because Certified was already out. Pimp C was 17, Certified was already out. So, Pimp had been on the phone with Barry Wise from Jive. That's when Jive was still around. He had been on the phone with Asylum. He was fine. He was seeing who was going to give the most money for UGK Records for distribution. Well, it turned out that it was Fontana. And so, you know, that's in L.A. Fontana was a branch of Universal. So Pimp went out there to handle some other business and also get the check for UGK Records for the distribution. That's what a lot of people don't know. So he left on a Thursday. So I was sleeping. I was in my room sleep, and he came in my room and he woke me up and he was like, "Little bro, where that new music we just did?" And I said, "It's right there in the I had a green bag sitting on the floor." So I said, "It's in the green bag in the side pocket." He said, "You want me to burn it to my computer? Just take the CD?" And I say, "Burn it." I said, "Save it to your laptop and leave me the CD so, you know, I can listen to it." So he went and did that. I fell back asleep. When he woke me back up, he was like, "Man, the Pimp was big on that. If he love you, like he love you. He ain't believe in giving you flowers when you're gone. He don't give you flowers while you're here." So he's like, "Man, get up out the bed, man. Give me a hug, man. I'm finna go." Like, and I was like, "Oh, man, all right." You know, so I rolled out the bed. I gave him a hug. I said, "Man, call me when y'all get there." Him and his wife was gone. So they went, they landed, and I talked to him that night, and I could tell he hadn't been asleep. And so he was like, they was talking or whatever. And then I said, "Bro, get you some sleep, man." And he was like, "Oh, man, I still have the notebook." He was writing down notes from the Chronic, from Dr. Dre's album. And he was following that blueprint. He was doing his next solo album just like that. Like, he had how many songs RBX was on, how many songs Snoop was on, how many songs Dad Rupp was on, how many bars it was, everything. He got it all wrote down to a science. And he was like, "Nah, man, I'm mapping this out. Like, I'm writing this down. I got it now. Like, I got it." And I was like, "All right, bro, you sound like you need to get some sleep, though." So he said, "All right, I'm calling tomorrow." So when I talked to him the next day, that was Friday, I could tell he had got some sleep. He was moving around. Him and his wife had went did the meetings they had to do it then. I mean, this Pimp C, this ain't no secret, man. My nigga had hoes. So it was this little chick that he wanted to get groovy with out there, so he had to get rid of his wife. So he told me and his cousin that was his assistant at the time that we was at the house. And he said, "Look, I'm finna send my wife home, man. I'm finna tell her, you know, we parked the Bentley illegally and they gonna tow it. So I need her to go on back, you know, and I'm finna kick it with, I don't want to say the girl name, but, you know, I'm finna kick it with her, you know what I'm saying?" I start laughing. I say, "Okay." I don't know how his wife ain't know that was bullshit because we had the keys to the Bentley right there. We could have went and moved it ourselves. All I had to do was call and say, you know, tell me, "Little bro, go move the car." So anyway, she got on the flight. She came on back home. She got back, you know, that day, and Pimp was out there by himself. And that's when he was kicking with the girl and stuff. And then he called me that night. He was in the studio with Paul and Juicy, the 3-6 Mafia. And it was like 1:30 in the morning in L.A., but it was like 3:30 in the morning Houston time. So I had them fell asleep already. And Pimp was up. That's when they did that song, Down in Memphis on that Crown. You know what I'm saying? Like, the last song he recorded, the 3-6 Mafia. And so when he called me, you got to think, he waking me up out of my sleep. I wake up, I hear my music blasting in the background. I hear Certified blast. And he was like, "Little bro, DJ Paul want to talk to you, man. DJ Paul and Juicy want to talk to you, man." they love your shit, man. I'm in here playing your shit, man. They want to talk to you like this and that. And I'm like, man, big bro, I'm asleep, man. Call me tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? Like, and the ones I like. And I said, call me tomorrow, man. So he got mad at me that night. He's like, man, what you mean? I'm out here working for you, and you talking about you sleep and blah blah blah, mother. You know what I'm saying? Like this and that. But I didn't mean no disrespect. I just felt like I was already with who, you know, I'm with him. I mean, I was glad that Paul and Juicy, you know, liked my music or whatever, but I was going back to sleep. So I hung up the phone, and I woke up the next morning. I woke up Saturday morning. His wife had made it back and stuff, and I woke up the text message to him cussing me out because he had tried to call me back once I hung up. So I stayed asleep, and he was like, "Hey, I'm out there working for you, you little motherfucker." You know what I'm saying? Hey, how you doing? And so. Then when I talked to him later on that evening, that's when him and Too Short, he said he was excited. He was like, man, I'm going to be a hype man for my OG because he loves Short. And he was like, Short got a show at the House of Blues tonight. I'm going to be his hype man, you know. And I was like, okay. You know, he was crunk. And so that was the last night he was alive, you know, and that was the last time I talked to him. And then so he had to see his P.O., we were supposed to pick him up Monday night on the red eye. And so we got up, you know. His wife asked, you know, 17, have you heard from him or you got text from him? I said, no. I said, you? She said, no. And then she asked his cousin. His cousin said, no. So we all started going on the phone. That's when we called him Mondre, and they went in there and they found him. And then we had to fly out that day. We had to go identify the body, and we had to go in the hotel room and get all his belongings. And that's when everything was just unreal, man.
I can't even imagine. I mean, you know, Bone Thugs and Harmony, they went through a similar situation, you know what I'm saying? They hooked up with their idol, and then within months he was gone. You know what I'm saying? What kept you, I mean, what got you through that time, that difficult time, man? And what
really, man, really his mom and his kids, like they depended on me. You know what I mean? What, you know, Mama West definitely did, and I didn't have a choice but to be strong, you know, and trying to put this, you know, UGK records on my back. Yeah, you know, and I mean, but man, I can't explain it. Like, carrying him, man, being a pallbearer and carrying him was like one of the hardest things ever. But I mean, that's why it takes as long as it does. You know, people need to understand, like, you're going through some real hard times. You know, it wasn't easy, man. That's why it took this long for, you know, everything for me to be okay and come back out and be able to be strong enough to hold his UGK record stamp on my back, you know, and make sure his name is being said, and everybody that love him still show love, you know. But it wasn't easy, bro.
Yeah.
Wasn't easy,
definitely. Bro. You know what I'm saying? Anytime you lose somebody, it's a struggle. But here you are, you know what I'm saying? You're still making dope music. We're going to play some here in a little bit. But before we do, you know what I'm saying, I want to talk about a track, you know what I'm saying, that you did with Pimp C. You know what I'm saying? I believe it's called Ride Wit Me.
And that what that actually was a song that.
Yeah, you put that out.
That was a song that Pimp gave me. Right? We, like I told you, he was working on his solo album. We was working on my next album, and Ride Wit Me was a song that he had already put like a skeleton of the chorus on. And when he gave it to me, Corey Moore had just like sampled a maze beat and it had like some drums around. It was just real basic. And so I had to go back to Mississippi. Well, he let me go back to Mississippi because he hated to let me go back to Mississippi because he's like, every time I know he's going to go out, he's going to be back in the streets. But I really was. I was just going to see my family, see my daughter, and then come back. And he said, little bro, I want you to take this track and see what you can do with it, because Pimp know I produce too. And he, you know, we on the same wave as producing. So I took the track home, went to the studio, called in some live musicians, called them while I was in there, let them hear, hear what I had done to it. And he went crazy. And he was like, little bro, put your verses on there. And I was like, right now? And he was like, yeah. I was like, well, you not going to rap on here? He was like, nah, that's all you. I'm going to finish the chorus when you get back. Just put me some heat on there. So I went on. I put the 3 verses on there, got back to Port Arthur. He went in the studio. He ad-libbed the chorus, about 2-3 times, fattened it up. And that was one of his favorite songs that we did. Like, he was so proud of me. He would tell his cousin, it's so crazy because people be jealous. They don't want to admit the truth. They know the truth. And he would be telling them, like, man, 17 is colder than all them fools, man. He colder than fools. He colder than where this boy produced. Look what I gave him a skeleton to beat. Look what he came back with. So, like, when they stole it, that's why it really just set me off, man. I'm not finna play with none of these boys no more. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't playing with none of them. Anybody can go look and see that song was on my album from years ago. And I registered.
It was like, 2010 or something, 2011 you put it out originally?
Yes. It was on my album called Against the Grain. And I registered with ASCAP. Everything is right. I'm just letting them sell all the little copies they could sell. And then me and the family, me and Pimp family, them lawyers going to tell K.R.I.T ass up and Bun too if he want to get in the way. Like, they knew but this is not the first song they stole from me. That was from anything that me and Pimp was doing that was our music. Once Pimp passed away, it's nothing to go in there. Anybody who know anything about the music industry know if you got the Pro Tools session, you go in there, they would take my vocals off, change the beat, put E40 on it, put Webby on it, put Boosie on it, in the places where I was or the other members of UGK Records was. They would manipulate the songs. And, that's when it was coming out, and it was just like, it's not the first one. The first one they did was a song called She Love It. You know what I'm saying? The original version of that is on Pimp C Presents 17 Certified. But then if you go look on the UGK album that came out after Pimp C passed away, you'll hear, like, damn, they changed the whole beat, took 17 off, and put Bun on it. Like people who really pay attention, as really fans, they know what's up. You know what I'm saying? So they was just wondering why I was being quiet for so long. But this
like
last one we did, I was unleashed on their ass. I'm not being quiet, man. I let them boys have it, man. That ain't what Pimp taught me. Pimp told me, man, look, you don't bite your tongue on shit. You know what I mean?
So this song comes out on Big K.R.I.T, his album, and it's strikingly, you know what I'm saying, like the one you did with Pimp. They took you off of it.
They took me off and changed the beat and put Bun on it.
Gave him the Pro Tools session?
No, Corey Mo had the Pro Tools session.
Corey Mo, okay.
Yeah.
And they put it together, and nobody reached out to you, nothing.
Correct. Because what you got to understand is, let me make you understand the way it make a little more sense. Pimp wife and his mama never got along. They never got along. So when Pimp passed away, I lived with Pimp. And in the house that we lived in, it was me, Pimp, his wife, Chatty Boo, which is his oldest son, and his daughter, Christian. His mama and his wife never got along, man. That really used to have a lot of stress on Big Bro. You know what I'm saying? But as long as he was here, he could control the situation. But his wife's job the whole time he was alive was to sit down and shut the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? Like, straight up. So when we wasn't even back from L.A. from identifying the body and going and get his stuff out the hotel room and stuff. And the first words she said when we got back to Port Arthur was, okay, it was me and a couple other members of UGK Records they came over the house. And she was like, it ain't no more UGK Records. Y'all need to know that first and foremost. The reason she said that is because UGK Records belong to Pimp and his mama. That's who UGK Records belong to. So she didn't want Mama West having a cut of nothing or being in control of nothing. So she was like, it is no more UGK Records. We're going to do this. She had some old dumbass corny name like, she was trying to go with. We're going to call it this and do this and that. And so you need to make up your mind. It's either me or that bitch. And as soon as by that bitch, she meant Mama West. Well, as soon as she said that, I went in my room, started packing my shit, and I went to Mama West's house. Because it wasn't that hard. I know my big bro. Like, nobody came before his mom. So when I did that, they tried to blackball me from then on, because by her being his wife, she had control of everything. You know, she ran everything. Like, so a couple men like Corey Moore and all them, they stuck around knowing that ain't what Pimp would have wanted them to do, and they stuck up under her ass just so they could make the albums, and you know they would be able to be on the albums that she was putting out and putting together and doing all that fugazi shit with Bun. But the real members who really love Pimp, we stuck with Mama West, you know, because nobody came before his mom. And yeah, so that's how that happened. And you know, like I said, it's principles and morals, man. I don't care who feel like what. They don't even know what they talking about. They wasn't there. It's real family affair right here.
This has been, you know, you speak about it on your Facebook page. Again, everybody make sure go subscribe to 17 The Hogg. That's 17THEHOGG. You talk about it on your Facebook page. Have you heard, you know, I mean, this has been out on, you know, on the internet and whatnot. I think I seen an article on allhiphop.com. Have you heard from Big Fix Camp or Corey Moe or anybody?
Yeah, Corey Moe actually messaged me when it first came on, and to me that was just some of the most female type shit I ever seen. Like, I gave the nigga my phone number, and I said, stop, don't message me. Like, call me like a man. And then he replied back with like 4 pages worth of damn messages. You know what I'm saying? Like, typing, like Pimp used to say, you hide mine at keyboard. Nigga, I just gave you my phone number. Like, you know what I'm saying? Now, you know, the Lil K.R.I.T dude, on the other hand, he ain't never tried to reach out to him because he know he was in the wrong. I don't think he did it on purpose at first. I think he realized after the fact, you know, but then all he had to do was call and say, hey man, I didn't know, you know, like, I didn't mean that, bro. It was nothing done maliciously or nothing, but he feel like he need to stay over there and do what Bun say and Guillermo say, whatever, man. And the world is figuring out the truth on him, and the world ain't rocking with him like that. Like, everybody got love for Pimp, man. They looking at him like he crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, Pimp ain't even know you, boy. Like, Pimp passed away before you even was heard of. Like, yeah. You know, you feel me? Like, this is, and that's just stuff I wasn't saying at first, but now, if they really want to do this, man, they getting exposed. They killing themselves. Like, you fucking with me, you killing yourself, partner, because that's why they don't know what to do. Like, now that the truth coming out and everything coming out, them niggas panicking because they have no rebuttal. You can't rebuke it. You can't rebuttal. You have no rebuttal for the truth. If Bun try to say anything, they're going to have to answer it with a lie, and then they're going to have to keep compounding them lies to keep up with the story. Everything I say is true. You do the research. Go get the Pimp C book. Read it. You're going to see everything I'm saying is right there.
Yeah, as a journalist, you know, I would say, you know, if what you were saying wasn't true about me, I would be at you. You know what I'm saying? I would be like, what the fuck? Yeah.
Instead I'm getting phone calls like, you know what, they calling Pimp family like, hey, tell 17, chill out, man, you know, whatever. Nah, ain't no chilling out. You don't steal nothing from me. You don't, you know, let me make this understood too. I only had Pimp in my life for 1 year. The whole year that I was with him and Bun was not getting along. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't see why that's a big deal. It's like, it's hard for the public to believe that. But that had been happening over the course of their whole career. They'll fall out, then they'll, you know, fix it, look back up. I'm sure if Pimp would have continued to live, they would have fixed whatever they was doing. But at the time, the whole time I was there, I never, like, no. I watched Pimp shed tears over the fuck shit Bun was doing. And that was, you know, Pimp exposing these boys and doing whatever, and Bun going behind Pimp back telling, you know, all these niggas, man, I don't know what's wrong with Pimp, man. I ain't got nothing to do with that and this and that. That shit hurt Pimp. That hurt Pimp. That hurt my nigga. I know. He told me, I didn't, you know what I'm saying? We set up nights and nights talking about this. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I ain't got no love for him. Like, Pimp was my mentor. Pimp was who I rolled with. So the whole time that we run around doing shows, the year I was there, it wasn't no UGK show. It was Pimp C shows. You know what I'm saying? So when I see Bun on shit trying to sugarcoat shit and make it like it wasn't what it was, man, all the people on the inside know what's really happening. So it's really like two separate crews. You had Bun and the Middle Fingers in his crew, and then you had Pimp and UGK Records in his crew, which was us. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And so so after Pimp passed away, a lot of people that was with UGK Records, which is Pimp C's crew, started brown nosing and trying to be up under Bun and do whatever, thinking that was going to, I don't know what they thought it was going to do for them, when they know we wasn't rocking with that dude. When me, I stuck to my principles and my morals, and I was like, nah, we wasn't rocking with him when Pimp was here. I don't care nothing about him now. Now, as a musician, and check this out and listen to me, make sure you hear what I say and tell me, do this make sense to you? Because this is very, very, it makes a lot of sense to me. It's very simple. As a musician to Bun-B, salute. You'll always be Bun-B. But as a man, I have no respect for him, and he knows it. You know what I mean? I have no respect for him because I know the whole shit he did and that he been doing to the family and that he's continuously doing right now. Like, so what's the problem? It's like people hear the truth and it just mess them up so bad that they, nah, man, you got to be able to hear the truth. I just said as a musician, salute. I ain't telling nobody don't buy his record. You want to listen to that shit, go get it. But as a man, now y'all know what do you do as a man. It's the difference between a man and the artist.
And a lot of us, you know what I'm saying, looking from the outside in, we didn't know none of this because, you know what I'm saying, we weren't there. You were there, Right. And if I have the chance to interview Bun-B, I'd definitely ask him, you know what I'm saying, his side of the story because that's what we do, you know what I'm saying. But at the end of the day, I commend you for telling your story. A lot of people, they won't tell their stories, man, especially when, you know what I'm saying, you're in a situation where you got some guy like Big K.R.I.T and Bun-B. What made you say, you know what, I'm not being silent no more. I'm gonna let the world know this was my song. Fuck this Big K.R.I.T dude. What made you finally say that?
I had lost my mom in December, man. I ain't had time to be playing with nobody no more. And I wasn't finna be quiet no more. Like, Dad had stole enough from me. You understand what I'm saying? I let him get away with it for a decade. You know what I'm saying? That a man can only take so much. You know what I'm saying? Like, and, let me tell you something, bro. I'm not these ignorant ass little rappers that say stuff that can incriminate them. But, man, look, my whole life, I've been getting money and doing what I got to do. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said on my song, Jack All Trades, I do this when I want to. And that's what Pimp loved about me. Like, I make more money, moving around the streets than I do in the brand. And I don't care if I'm booked up, I'm going to do shows or whatever, that still don't pay like when I'm moving around the street. These suck ass niggas don't even know what it's like to really get no money, man. Ain't there no bag, man. All you ever had was some rap money. So when I came on the scene, like, them knew, like, I got more money than the rappers when I came in 2007. You know what I'm saying? Like, and so Pimp C, but I always been humble. I never said none of this, man. I'm humble, man. I got children. I'm a God-fearing man, like, but, man, niggas know what's happening with me. Don't play with me, man. And so once you just went too far, man, once they stole that one, it was just like, nah, man, off with all you niggas' heads. Like, that's how me and 50 got quit. 50 just told me, like, look, you're going to have a lot of people that just can't believe the truth and they're going to do whatever, but the people who do see the truth, like, you cutting his head off. Like, you're going to have to go all the way. We rocking with you. And, what can you say? He had to go through similar shit with Ja Rule. You going against somebody who had all the, I wasn't doing interviews and stuff, but they do all the interviews and all that, and they able to fool the people. Well, then when the truth come out, then it just in their career, man. They don't look at you the same. We ain't got no respect for you all. You know what I'm saying? Like,
it's almost like you got to come out and tell your story because if not, you know what I'm saying, it's just going to be overshadowed by what they did. You know what I mean?
By what they do, and then they not keeping the most important thing for me, man, is not keeping my own boy name alive, man. You don't want to believe me. I don't care if people don't believe me. Go check with Pimp Fam. Ask Pimp children. If you think I'm saying something, shit, talk to Chatty Boo, Pimp oldest son. You know, like it's all about Bun and how Bun ain't did nothing and ain't got no love. You know, like he, you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, it might hurt your feelings, man, but you need to know the truth. So they weren't trying to keep my homeboy name alive. They really were trying to let his legacy die. So my big thing now is like, nah, I'm here now. So if anywhere I go, I'm gonna make sure they screaming Pimp C. I'm make sure they screaming Long Live Pimp Chad. I'm make sure they, you know, we playing their songs and we doing whatever. They wasn't doing that. Only time they did when they get on stage, and he know if Bun get on stage and he knew if he said something about Pimp C to make the crowd go crazy. Other than that, he wasn't really doing nothing to keep the legacy alive or looking out on his kids or being around the family like I've been this whole, 11 years since he been gone.
And we hear that a lot, unfortunately. We heard that with, when we had Cuban Link on the show with Big Pun's kids. Fat Joe supposedly is nowhere around. You know what I'm saying? It makes you wonder why.
They say it when it's convenient. You know what I mean? They get on interviews, they talk about it because it's convenient. It gives them something to talk about because, they'll scream out, rest in peace to my whatever. Man, Big Bro wasn't even rocking with you like that before you passed. You niggas was fighting. I know the last conversation I heard Pimp tell Bun was, look at a whole ass nigga, meet me in Port Arthur in my backyard and take your jewelry off if you can remember how to get here. Because Bun moved to Houston and Pimp stayed in Port Arthur. Pimp had a high rise in Houston where we would be out there, but his house was in Port Arthur. And, Bun, he felt like Bun ain't never come to Port Arthur and be in Port Arthur. That's why he said if you can remember how to get here. Like, man, I was there, man. Like, I don't forget none of that. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, fuck you, dude. Like, I was letting you make it. I wasn't saying nothing about you. Now, Junior Beverly did put it all in the book, but Bun is smart, and he know that niggas don't read. So he knew, like, damn, it's in the book. Like, and if they read that book, they gonna see the truth. But he knew, okay, 75, 80% niggas that's our fans really don't even read. But see, then when 17 come, in his videos and we doing this interview and our people will listen. You know what I'm saying? And then they'll go back and do their research. Then they go, oh shit. So now he think, I don't know what to do. And that ain't my problem. Like Pimp used to say, if you're ashamed of something, if you're gonna be ashamed of something that you did, you shouldn't have did it in the first place.